Stream the language.
So let's talk about how to test the soil.
Right.
What do we need to do?
Well, and it can be a quarter acre, or 10 acres. You know, you just want to get you want to make a line, you want to get several different tests from your food plot. Put them in a 5-gallon bucket,
All right,
mix them
how
together.
many for an acre food plot?
I would probably do 6.
Okay.
You know, you
From
could do 3, but I would do 6 or 8 from different spots,
Different
mix them
spots,
together, and it just gives them, when they test it, it just gives you a good.
And you want to do that from surface to 3 inches deep.
Right.
And then you take all those samples, put them in a bucket.
From that one plot, though.
Yeah. You want the soil dry, mix it up real good. Now what do you do?
I put it in like a paper bag. You don't want to put it in a plastic bag, you know, because of the moisture, so it can kind of breathe. And so you just put it that, and then you can go online, wherever state
You
you
can
live
go to
in.
your
and-
county extension office and find out who will test your soil for you and how to go about that and where to send it or where to take it. And you can also go and look at different universities in different states. They have services where you can, I did one the other day, and I put it in a bag and sent it to the university. They tested it and sent everything back for exactly what I needed for that spot.
And so what is a good rate? I mean, everybody's going to have probably a little different opinion, but if you can get your pH to 6 and above.
Now, you're talking about lime.
Lime. Well, but that's your soil sample is going to tell you what your pH is.
Yeah. Now, lime 7 is neutral.
Right.
So
you don't want to go above 7.
yeah, anything above that's going to be alkaline. Anything below that's going to be acidic. But you want to understand that, and you don't have to lime your food plot. Now, if you put out the powdered lime, and you really bring in a big vehicle, have that spread, that's going to take a little while to incorporate into the soil.
And not most people don't have that kind of. They can't
Right.
get big equipment in there.
So pellet lime will be much
And you
faster.
can get that anywhere, any
You
co-op.
put that in a
or-
spreader and you can spread
just
it
like you
yourself.
see, yeah.
So that's what we're talking about, getting the pH right for the food plot you're trying to grow. Fertilizer is a big deal.
Triple 13 or triple 16 or triple 19, and you put 200 pounds per acre, you won't ever mess up.
Right.
You know, it's going to always be, if you just want, because you don't have much time to do all the soil testing.
And those numbers stand for nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium.
Correct.
And so triple 13, that's a good.
Good.
If you don't want to do a soil test, you just want to put some fertilizer out to kind of hedge the bet, that'd be a good one to
Put
do.
200 pounds out and it's going to work.
But following the soil test to the nth degree, it's just how much work you have time and can afford to put in will really, really make your food plot better. And I'm going to tell you something. I planted some food plots one year and I wanted to save some money, so I didn't fertilize them. And guy told me, he said, hey, your deer aren't going to use that food plot like you want them to. So I did 2 food plots and fertilized them later than I really wanted to. When it got into our January Mississippi season, the deer were pounding those 2 food plots.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's sweeter. I planted oats and wheats in that particular food plot.
Just do the triple 13, 16, 19, whatever you can find, and it's going to help.
Well, we've chosen the seeds we have because of the palatability, how fast they grow, how they're easy to give you what you want to attract game.
And if you say you get your food plot growing like you said and you didn't fertilize it, or you couldn't, you went out of town, it rained, you couldn't get in there, whatever, and if it's not holding water and you look across there and it's kind of got a yellow tint to it, it's pretty much starving for nutrients. And once you put that fertilizer on it, the next time it rains, it'll
It's gonna be green.
Woo, it'll be green quick.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And those deer, it'll make a difference like you said.
Yeah. So soil test is just one more step that you
Yeah.
can take, but you want to follow it if you really want to add that little bit of punch to your food plot.